Morning and welcome to this basic introduction to the tools in Audacity. Audacity is an audio editing program. It's specifically for editing wave sounds, so recorded sound. I'm going to show you how to use some of the basic tools and then we'll go on to some of the more advanced ones in another video. So here we have the layout in Audacity, and the first thing we have to do is we have to import some music or some sound. So I'm just going to click on File and Import. Note that there's this open here. That's for when you've got an Audacity project which is going to consist of several sound files. This is just importing one sound file into the current project. So I've said Import Audio. Lovely. And then I'm going to go into my Documents, and when I scroll down, I've got lots in here. But if I go to my more recent things, I'm going to load up this music track like that. And you see Audacity imports it straight away. We're currently using the selection tool, and this allows me to go anywhere on the music, and then I can press the play button just like that. Pressing the pause button will pause it for the moment, and then I can release it and play again. I can release it and play again if you couldn't hear that. You can't do any editing while it's playing, so if you want to edit, you need to press the stop button. We've got the back to the beginning and up to the end, just like this. So the selection tool, as well as allowing you to go into different places in the music, allows you to highlight part of the music. So for example, I could say, well, actually I don't want as much of this music. I want to delete the end bit there. So I highlight it, and then I can just press the delete key and it will disappear. Similarly, I can highlight the end bit, delete, like that. So far we can play tracks and we can delete parts of tracks, and yes, you can delete the middle part of a track if you want to, or the start. Now, things get interesting when we start to import more than one track. So, I'm going to import another audio file, and instead of using the file import, I'll just show you the other method quickly, which is I've got a window up here, and I've got a sound effect in here which is for an advert, and I can just drag it and drop it into Audacity, and it will import the sound effect like that. So, here we are, a sound of a nice river. Okay, first thing is I want this track to start with the sound of a river and then for the music to go over it. So I'm going to delete the rest of this river sound because I only want this part of it. If I come back to here and press play, you'll hear both tracks playing together. So we're closer to what we want. However, we've got a slight problem in that first of all the music starts straight away, and second of all the changeover's rather harsh. So to solve the first problem, I'm going to use this tool here, the time shift tool. So I use the time shift tool like this, and shift like so, and then I can come back with my selection tool, back to the beginning, and play. So that works. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to move this slightly earlier, and I'm going to try and make a smooth transition between the two. And to do this, I'm going to use the envelope tool. So the envelope tool affects the volume of the music, and it works like this. First you have to put in points, and you can see I'm clicking on the line here. And what I can do then is I can move those points. If I can grab a hold of it, there we are, like that. And you can see it's reducing the volume down. And I'm going to do exactly the same here. And I'm going to get the volume to come up like so. And I'm just going to move that whole track so it overlaps slightly more. and then I'm going to see if we can play this again. So I need my selection tool and play. Not bad, but maybe it just needs a little more overlap so that it appears to start one over the other. So let's use my selection tool, come back to the beginning. So, much better. Now the other thing is I deleted some of the end of this track, so I can come up to here and I can then, and you see it just stops dead there. Now I could use the envelope tool to fade that out, or I can use a fade out effect, which is just the same thing. So I select part with the selection tool and I come to effect and I say fade out, just like that. And what you'll see happens is now it fades out just nicely like that. So what we've got, just to review, is we've got our basic tools here. The red button is for recording audio. If you've got a microphone, you can record some audio over the top. You've then got the selection tool, the envelope tool, and the time shift tool. This will help you in most instances. The other thing that's useful is when you want more detail, you can use the zoom tool and you can go right in or come back out again so that you can get a more precise effect on your music. You can also change the volumes of individual tracks, so you can up the gain or lower the gain like that to make the music louder, or indeed the running river louder. I hope this has been useful. Tour around Audacity. This shows you the basic tools. We'll look at some more advanced tools later on.